To tie-dye the world. Today we will be doing a scrunch on this t-shirt. This is a women's shirt, and right here I am showing you how to pretty much take it and do a trip style fold. You fold it right in half, and that's going to keep the design symmetrical. Right here I'm using a stretchy string. You could use sinew or rubber bands. I like using this stretchy rubber band string for things like this. It gives good ties, and it allows for good separation of the colors. And it's also nice to run the dye down these strings. And so right here I'm actually just mixing up the dyes. I'm just using regular Walmart powdered dye. And this shirt that I'm doing, I'm actually just doing it for my wife. I'm revamping or upscaling her old shirt. And so these are just your regular cheap powdered dyes that you get at Walmart. So you want to just go ahead and put a healthy amount of the dye into your bottle, mixed with some warm hot water, and then you could begin the dye application. And so that's what I'm doing right here. I'm going with this hot pink and just laying down a few lines of hot pink. The colors that we're going to be using today are hot pink, purple, and turquoise. And just those three colors, and you're going to get a pretty good result. So what I'm doing right here is I'm just going and laying down some lines. I'm just following the folds, and now I'm coming in with the purple, just adding that secondary color right up against those same lines. And you want to just add a generous amount of dye while doing this, because you're going to think that you've added enough, and you're going to want to go ahead and just add a little bit more just to be on the safe side. And so I'm just going back and adding these the third color in here. I'm adding the turquoise. And so this is a rather small shirt, so these three bottles that I have will be more than enough dye. And I'm just going back and adding the colors. I went with the lightest colors first, and then coming in with that turquoise last, because it's going to be very strong. And so I just opened up the folds of the shirt a little bit just to make sure that the dye application gets thoroughly in there and saturates all of the different folds and all of the different crevices. And so I'm just doing that again, making sure that the dye is thoroughly in there. And so here's the finished result right here. We actually let the shirt sit for 24 hours, and then we also added dye fixative while it was cooking in a plastic bag. But here's that finished result of that scrunch trip style, and I am very happy with the results. So let's get to it here. And here we go. Here is the finished result. There it is there. That is the front of the shirt coming up. There it is, and that's the back of the shirt. So there you go. There's the front of it. Those, so you could see the pinks and the purples really popped out nice against the turquoise. And that's the front of the shirt. And I'm gonna spin it around. Oh no, yeah, there we go, there we go. There's the back of the shirt, and look at how the symmetrical pattern. And yeah, very happy with the results. My wife was very happy with the results. All right, well, thank you for your time. Tie-dye the world, and we'll see you next time.